Royalton Splash Punta Cana is one of the most booked hotels in Punta Cana, but the reviews are completely split. Some people call it the best all-inclusive they've ever had. Others say they'd never come back. So what's the truth? I stayed here and I'm going to show you exactly what's good, what's not, and what they don't show you in the ads. And since most people book this hotel for the beach, that's where we're starting. The beach at this hotel gave me a really good impression from the very first day. What I especially liked was that getting from the hotel grounds to the sea takes very little time. The beach itself was very clean, well maintained, and perfect for a calm, relaxing stay. The color of the water here is absolutely stunning, and I honestly wanted to stay by the shore as long as possible, just enjoying that view. The sea looked incredibly beautiful at any time of day and constantly caught my attention. The shoreline was kept in good condition, so spending time here felt genuinely comfortable. I also liked that the beach had a relaxed atmosphere without too much noise or chaos. The only downside for me was that there were not that many sun loungers, so sometimes it took quite a while to find a free spot. I also would have liked to see more shaded areas, especially during the hottest hours of the day. Even with those drawbacks, the beach left me with very positive feelings, thanks to its cleanliness and amazing views. I really enjoyed spending a lot of time here, looking at the bright turquoise water and relaxing to the sound of the waves. If you enjoy detailed hotel reviews like this, support the video with a like and subscribe to our channel. And now let's take a walk around the hotel grounds. The grounds of Royalton Splash Punta Cana made a good impression on me because of their size and well-developed infrastructure. Everything was kept in decent condition, so walking around the resort was pleasant. I especially liked the water park, which turned out to be one of the hotel's main advantages. There are areas for both adults and children, plus a great wave pool, so everyone can find something fun to do. The children's pool also left a good impression, especially since we were traveling with kids. However, the water in the main pool was way too heavily chlorinated, so swimming there was uncomfortable for me. Many public areas also had no air conditioning, which made spending time there pretty unpleasant in hot weather. The hotel grounds are very large, so to move between different areas, you often have to use the resort carts. But their service, especially on weekends, was very limited, which created lines and sometimes meant walking long distances under the blazing sun. I also did not like that access to shaded areas and better quality services is available only to Diamond Club guests, or after buying a special wristband for $30 per person per day. Another inconvenient point was the payment system, because everything is charged in Dominican pesos using the hotel's internal exchange rate. Because of that, the final cost of the stay can end up noticeably higher than the price you originally see when booking. Keep this in mind if you book through Booking. By the way, if you are choosing a hotel in the Dominican Republic right now and want to compare different options, there is a link in the pinned comment to a playlist with my reviews of other popular hotels. And now let's head to the main restaurant and see what the food is like at this hotel. Unfortunately, the food at this hotel became one of the biggest disappointments of the entire stay for me. The buffet offered a fairly limited selection of dishes, and most of them tasted pretty bland. The quality of the cooking also left a lot to be desired. So many dishes did not meet my expectations at all. Overall, the food left a very negative impression on me, and I really cannot call it tasty. Out of the restaurants, I liked the Selections buffet the most, because it had the widest choice of meat dishes and seafood. At Under the Sea, on the other hand, the seafood selection was quite modest, which I really did not expect. Almost all the restaurants, except one, had no working air conditioning, and the main buffet had no air conditioning at all, so it was extremely hot during meals. Eating in those conditions was very uncomfortable, especially with the high temperature outside. Another problem was that tables in the restaurants were almost always booked, and the reservation system itself felt inconvenient and definitely needs improvement. The desserts also did not make much of an impression, because they were very ordinary and had almost no memorable flavor. Service in the restaurants was weak as well, and I constantly had to ask the staff to bring glasses, cups, water, cutlery, or coffee. In the end, the food became the main downside of this hotel, and noticeably spoiled my overall impression of the stay. And now let's go to the room and talk about the facilities the hotel provides. Unfortunately, the room at this hotel disappointed me as well. It was immediately clear that the rooms are not properly maintained and have needed a major renovation for a long time. The photos shown during booking did not match reality at all. The furniture looked old, the interior was different from the pictures, and the overall condition of the room left a very unpleasant impression. In my room, water was leaking, the toilet kept overflowing, and there was a strong, musty smell in the bathroom. I also noticed broken glass, damaged floors, broken cabinets, and many other signs of poor maintenance. The mini fridge never worked during my entire stay, which was also inconvenient. The wristband, which also worked as the room key, regularly failed, so sometimes getting into the room was not easy. The only really big plus was the well-functioning air conditioning, which helped a lot in the strong Dominican heat. Since air conditioning was basically only available in the rooms, this was the one place where you could actually get some relief from the high temperature. I also did not like that the residential buildings had no elevators, which made going upstairs with suitcases or a stroller very inconvenient. All these issues created the feeling that the room had not been properly looked after for a long time and did not match the level you expect from the promotional photos. In the end, staying in the room left me with mostly negative impressions and became one of the hotel's biggest disadvantages. And now, let's talk about the staff. Unfortunately, the staff at this hotel left me with a very negative impression. Even during check-in, it was obvious that the process was badly organized and quite chaotic. Throughout the whole stay, service in almost every area of the resort remained very slow. I also felt that the staff paid much more attention to American guests who regularly left generous tips. Waiters and reception staff were often rude and did not seem especially willing to help. Overall, the attitude of the staff felt unfriendly, so the atmosphere did not feel welcoming. Room service also worked poorly, and even simple requests took far too long to complete. We paid extra for butler service, but after the first day, I barely saw the butler again, so that service turned out to be completely useless. This level of service did not match my expectations or the level this hotel claims to offer. In the end, the service became one of the biggest drawbacks of my stay and seriously damaged my overall impression of the hotel. And now let's talk about entertainment, because staying at any hotel without activities can get pretty boring. Overall, the entertainment at this hotel left me with a good impression, mainly because guests can use 2 resort complexes at once. I liked that guests have access to the facilities and entertainment of both Royalton Splash and the neighboring Royalton. This was a nice advantage because the atmosphere in the 2 hotels is noticeably different, so each time you can choose the option that better matches your mood. Because of that, free time felt more varied and interesting. It was especially convenient to change the atmosphere without leaving the resort area. However, one thing did unpleasantly surprise me. During check-in, nobody told me that to watch the evening shows, you have to go to the other hotel. Because of that, there was some confusion at first, and I wasted time trying to find the show on the grounds of my own hotel. I wish the staff explained details like this to guests in advance, so situations like that could be avoided. To sum it up, I can say that I did not really like Royalton Splash Punta Cana. For me, the main advantages of this hotel were the beautiful, well-maintained beach with stunning turquoise water, the large water park, and the ability to use the infrastructure of 2 hotels at once. However, almost every other part of the stay raised serious questions for me. The food was among the weakest I have experienced in hotels of this level. The rooms were badly worn out and poorly maintained, and the service did not meet my expectations at all. The inconvenient restaurant reservation system, the lack of air conditioning in most public areas, and the push toward paid privileges through the Diamond Club program were also disappointing. So personally, I cannot recommend this hotel to anyone expecting high-level service, comfortable accommodation, and good quality food. Royalton Splash Punta Cana may mainly suit families with children who come here for the large water park and are ready to accept the downsides I mentioned. Friends, the final choice is always yours, and only you can decide whether this hotel is worth flying to or not. And while you are thinking about it, I also recommend watching these videos about other Dominican hotels. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss our new reviews. That's it from me for now. See you next time in a new hotel.